Global and Academy members, good day to you all. How is everyone? I really hope that everybody's day is going phenomenally. So I'll give you a little rundown of how my day's been going so far, and it goes into what I'm going to talk about. So today, now yesterday I did quite a bit. I did the workout, had to write the workout. Then after that, obviously, I did the stuff that I needed to do for the academy, welcoming in members and stuff like that. And then later, I took on a new training day with Jeremy. So now I'll be doing Tuesdays and Thursdays. So that was adding a little extra onto my plate. And then I decided to try and help my moms out with putting this desk together, right? What's up? What up, y'all? All right. So I get done, totally cool, right? I get done, everything is great, and I probably got to sleep, which is not late for me. I probably got to sleep at like 10:30, right? And now I've been to sleep way later. Came in here still at 4 in the morning, because that's just I like to do that type of stuff. I'm not recommending anything, right? But for some reason, I literally purposefully, okay, before I went to bed, I set my alarm very intentionally. Set the alarm, got it ready, was like, I want to wake up at this time, right? I wake up and it's 5:30. My mom comes into the room, and she knocks on my door, and she's like, "Kevin, are you going to work?" And I'm like, "What?" And I get up, I look at the clock, and I'm like, 5:30. I'm like, so right there, boom. This is mental kung fu for y'all, right? Right then and there, when I woke up at 5:30, I had a choice. Right there in that split second. Now, it's hard to jump into that time and freeze it, right? But I could have been like, oh, today is going to be shitty. Today is just going to be terrible. That's what I could have went into. But I just allowed myself to just be like, okay, factually, what's going on? It's 5:30. I'm just waking up. Everybody is working out. I'm late on the workout. I do want to work out today. Okay, so let me get dressed first. First thing, like I'm just totally letting go of I woke up late and being super anxious within myself, right? So I'm like, okay, so I just get my clothes, I'm getting ready. Then I'm allowing my brain to process, and I'm like, okay, everything's okay. Everything's all right. I'm like, I could text Jay right now and be like, I'm late, but he's running a workout. Should I do that just to interrupt the workout? No, not a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea. He'll be fine. He knows I'm coming in. Jay usually knows I'm mostly good in most occasions. And that's something else. We automatically think the positive for each other anyway, right away. I'm like, when I don't see him, I'm like, oh, he's good. Instead of thinking something may have happened, right? So I'm like, okay, all right, I'm not gonna text anybody, I'm just going. So I'm driving to work. Stuff's going on, right? Traffic, people are getting in front of me, it's going extra slow. This is a whole different time that I don't ever really be even on the road coming into work. So there's anomalies all over the place, right? I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I'm like, okay, no, just coast, man. Just coast. Everything's gonna be fine. Nobody's tripping that you late. Everything's great, man. Everything's great. So I'm just driving into work. Like, okay. So I drive in, I pull in. I could have been just doing all type of Fast and Furious driving, which sometimes I dive into that because I actually like it. But this time I was like, no, because I knew that anxious feeling was right up on me. It was right behind me. So I'm like, okay, no, we just gonna coast this time. Because it seemed like, and what I started seeing is it seemed like through traffic, God tells you how you're supposed to be acting, right? So as I'm going through traffic and I'm going a little faster than I'm supposed to, all of a sudden somebody cuts me off. And so I just back up off the gas, like, okay, all right, that means slow down. I gotta slow down, man. Let me slow down real quick, right? I'm like, okay. So I slow down, let the people go in front of me. I'm like, okay, I need to be slow today. That's what this is telling me. I'm catching red lights, just back to back, just red lights. I usually catch all green lights. Why? Well, because I'm at a whole different time anyway. But secondly, is because of how I'm deciding to perceive this entire situation. I'm like, no, it means take your time. Take your time, man. It's okay. Everything's okay. So I pull up to the gym and I come in and everybody's hustling and bustling. They're doing what they're doing. You know, Heidi's cleaning up and Betsy's here. Betsy's cleaning up and Jay's walking around and everybody's moving stuff and they're reorganizing. And I just kind of sit down and just get into my space. I'm like, all right. I'm like, let me do some edits, man. So I just start jamming on some edits, right? And I'm allowing myself to let that anxiety feeling to dissipate as much as possible, right? Because that doesn't help anything. That never helps us. It never ever helps us to be in those states. So I'm just like, all right. And I just kind of let it go. And a couple people like, you good? You good? And I'm like, I'm totally, everything's great. Everything's great. And so that's really what I wanted to go over, y'all. We have those opportunities every single day. It's really, really freaking hard though to be on your kung fu game like that all day mentally. It is. But this is something that me and Jay practice on a regular basis. In those instances, you have to. It is to your benefit. You don't have to, but it's to your benefit to just freeze time right then and there in that moment. Because those seconds of you knowing that you're late, those minutes of you knowing that you're late aren't gonna change anything. You rushing to put socks on and jump in the shower and blah, none of that changes anything, right? You're still late. You're still late. So it's like, just chill out. And when you get in, I could almost guarantee if you get into a 9-to-5 job and you expecting your boss to trip out on you, if you switch that and you just be like, no, I'm gonna be cool, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna go sit in my desk, and then your boss is gonna be like, hey man, you was late, like what's up? And you just be like, man, woke up late, sorry about that. Changes everything. It's gonna change the whole game. It's gonna change the whole game, I'm telling you. Try it. Try to jump into that moment. Try to jump into that moment and freeze time like that and just be like, you know what? Everything's gonna be fine. Because it really is. Even if, so let's flip it, right? Even if you go and you are anxious and you go in there, you're like, sorry boss, I'm so, and I'm just, they're gonna be like, all right man, calm the fuck down. Like, you here now. It's okay. Like, all right. Like, then or what it could cause is them to be anxious and be like, here, you got this work to do, and it's like, take that breath, be like, you know what? Got this. Everything's good. Everything's great. Now, obviously, this better said than done, right? And to jump into those moments, even for myself, yeah, I can admit it is very difficult at times, and that's totally cool, y'all. But it is a practice that we can practice. It is something that we can practice, man. I don't know. I gotta find a name for it. But it's something to where you can just be like, wait a minute. Your body is feeling it. Your body is ready to be like, let's be anxious, bro. Let's go. Like, it's ready. It's ready for you. It's so ready for you. But if you think and be like, I'm the thought, right? They say what you think you become. The thought controls you. You control the thought. Who are you? I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna just leave it at that, man. All right, if you didn't catch this earlier, man, watch this video. I think this is a good one. Straight up, I think this is a good one because I'm learning a lot right now in life, and I'm choosing to be a student. So that is what I am making the choice to do. So love you guys very much. All right, make today excellent because you have that choice. All right, we'll see you soon.